Hello, I'm MrMatthews, and recently, one of my favorite YouTubers, Back in the Day Gamer, challenged me with the following question.
Maybe I'm just not subscribed to the right people. That very well could be. Please tell me who I should be subscribed to.
All right, Tony, I'm gonna help you out. Just go to YouTube and type in MrMatthews. That's me right there. Click there and hit subscribe right there. Get the bell on, do whatever you need to do right there. Look at that, you got like 100 videos to watch. Probably more like 50 or 60. Some of those aren't really very good.
Which do you think is better? Tetris or Dr. Mario?
Well, Tony, you were actually right to ask me this because I actually do like puzzle games a lot. I think most people probably do like puzzle games, even though they're not very exciting to talk about. And yes, I do like Tetris and Dr. Mario. Now, the first time I played Tetris, like most people, was on this. Tetris was the pack-in game for the Game Boy. Not the pack-in game I would have preferred. I would have much rather have had Mario Land when I was a kid. But for like a month after getting the Game Boy, Tetris was the only game I had. So of course that was what I played. And like just about everyone else on the planet, I really liked it, even though it wasn't a very exciting pack-in game to have on paper. Tetris is just like the most perfect game ever. I think it just naturally appeals to our human instinct to wanna organize. I think we're all hardwired to want to do that. I'd go so far as to say that if you went to like the deepest, darkest regions of the Amazon rainforest, found a person there who's never even seen a AA battery, and handed them a Game Boy with no other explanation other than to how to like turn it on, I think that they would very quickly be able to just intuit how to play Tetris. I think it just kind of taps into the lizard brain in all of us of just making order out of chaos. That being said, I don't really have a whole lot of patience for like infinite stuff, so I definitely prefer mode B in Tetris, where you start out with like a limited amount of junk on the screen and you just have to kind of clear it out. And it's through that mode that you're able to actually beat Tetris, which is satisfying. But as for Dr. Mario, now I don't remember when I actually played this game for the first time. I remember the ridiculous commercials from when I was a kid, but I think I was well established as an adult before I actually played it. Well, Dr. Mario is very similar to Mode B from Tetris, where you actually have like a set number of viruses on screen that you need to clear out. Every level adds more and more viruses, so it gets a lot more difficult to clear them all out. I think it tops out at level 20, which is basically the end screen, although I believe the game keeps on going after that. And during all of this, you're blessed with one of the most catchy soundtracks ever written, which I believe was composed by Hirokazu Tanaka, who did the music for Kid Icarus, Metroid, Mario Land. Fantastic music, and that definitely makes this game, although the gameplay itself is also very addictive. So that was the anecdotal, rambling part. So to answer your question, which do I prefer, Tetris or Dr. Mario? I'm gonna have to say, even though I love Tetris, Dr. Mario is probably my favorite puzzle game ever. I would play this all day long, and in fact, I have played this all day long, trying to beat level 20 on the high skill level, which relies on a probably no small amount of RNG. I think you just have to kind of get lucky with a favorable virus layout.
And then he struck my head.
Which Castlevania do you like best out of the three on the NES?
Now, I know you didn't specifically tag me for this question, but I don't think you'd mind if I weigh in on this one too. Which is my favorite? Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2, or Castlevania 3? Now, I do have a connection to all three of these games. Castlevania 2 was the game I had as a kid, and this was a complete flatline for me. I did play it quite a bit as a kid. I only beat it with the help of Nintendo Power, and it meant kind of nothing to me. It was basically just another game I played. I was mainly more interested in Mega Man and the Mario games. So essentially, I just went through my entire childhood with virtually no opinion at all on the entire Castlevania series. Until I'm gonna say right around 30 years old, and that's when I popped in Castlevania, the original one, for the first time, and I vowed to beat it. And it probably took me, I want to say, a week or two of practice, kind of getting as far as I can, a little bit further. And eventually I was able to get like clockwork to death every single time. And at that point, it was pretty hit or miss whether I'd actually beat him or not. He's a very difficult boss if you're not using holy water. And then I eventually got to Dracula, and that was another slog trying to learn his pattern. And it took me a couple nights to finally put the whole thing together. And unlike my experience with Castlevania 2, my experience with Castlevania 1 was just hugely impactful. I loved the soundtrack. I loved the graphics. I loved everything about the game. I loved the challenge. And I tried to roll that experience directly over to Castlevania 3. I thought, you know what? Castlevania 1 was a tough game, probably the hardest game I've ever actually beaten up to that point. Now, I should be able to just kind of blow through Castlevania 3 is kind of what I arrogantly assumed. Not the case. I got my ass handed to me pretty consistently over and over again. I probably gave it like 3 or 4 attempts total over the next 15 years. And it was only recently that I finally actually stuck the game in and just was determined to see it through by hook or by crook. I love this game. This is undoubtedly the best of the 3 Castlevania games on the NES. And I would say, honestly, probably one of the top 3 games in the entire Castlevania series. I love the branching paths, I love the optional characters, I love the fact that you can't even see the entire game on a single playthrough. There's a ton of replay value, and of course the soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. One of my top favorite soundtracks of all time. But do I love it as much as Castlevania 1? I don't. Castlevania 1 just kind of means more to me. Also, I like that it's just a shorter game. I could just sit down at any time and just kind of casually play through Castlevania 1. It's a game I actually do come back to very frequently. Whereas with Castlevania 3, as much as I love the game, it is a much more difficult, much more complicated, much longer game. I think I actually got fairly good at the game like a year ago, but even being removed from that experience by only a year, I do think they would still amount to a 2 or 3 night endeavor trying to beat even one route in that game now. So just to recap, favorite puzzle game is Dr. Mario, and favorite Castlevania game is Castlevania 1. And also, this is kind of a hot take, I do like Castlevania 2 quite a bit also, but of course it's nothing compared to Castlevania 1 or 3. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you prefer Dr. Mario or Tetris. I have a feeling that most people are probably going to say Tetris, but you never know. There might be a lot more Dr. Mario fans out there than I expect. Also, let me know your favorite Castlevania game. I suspect that most people are probably going to vote for Castlevania 3. But remember, I'm not asking for which game you think is the best. I'm asking for which one is your favorite, which for some people that might actually be Castlevania 2, which would be very interesting to hear. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and thank you Back in the Day Gamer for tagging me in your video.